There was once a young man named Thomas, a boy full of ideas, curiosity, and dreams far bigger than his small world. He wasn't born rich, not even close. In fact, people said he was different, that he talked too much, asked too many questions, and never sat still. Teachers grew tired of his endless curiosity. One day, the teacher told his mother, "Your son will never be successful. He's simply too slow." When his mother heard those words, she looked at her son and said softly, "Thomas, don't ever believe them. You're not slow. You're special." Those words stayed in his heart forever. Years passed. Thomas worked odd jobs, sold newspapers, fixed broken machines. But inside him, there was a fire. He wanted to create something that would make the world brighter. And so, one day, he began his greatest experiment, to capture light inside a small glass bulb. A light that could chase away the darkness of night. He worked tirelessly, day after day, night after night. He tested one material after another, bamboo, copper, wire, carbon, but every time the bulb burned out. People laughed. Friends said, "Edison, it's impossible. Even scientists have failed." But he smiled. Maybe they gave up too soon. "I won't. Failure after failure minus 100, 500. 1,000 experiments. Still, no success. His hands were blistered, his eyes red from sleepless nights. He had spent all his money. Even his assistants were losing faith. One day, one of them asked, "Sir, why don't you stop? We've tried 1,000 times." Edison calmly replied, "Stop? Why would I stop now? I haven't failed 1,000 times. I've simply discovered 1,000 ways that won't work." That single line became a philosophy of life, the heart of Napoleon Hill's message. Every failure brings with it the seed of equal success. And so, he kept going. He refused to stop. Another day, another test, failure again. But he smiled. Closer. I'm getting closer. Weeks turned into months. His lab was silent, except for the hum of his thoughts. Then, one cold night, he tried something new. A thin thread of carbon, sealed in a vacuum bulb. He held his breath, and the bulb flickered. For a second, it glowed. Then again. And this time it stayed lit. Dim at first, then brighter, until the whole room filled with golden light. He couldn't believe it. Tears filled his eyes. He whispered to himself, This is it. The world that once mocked him would now see his light." That one moment changed everything. The invention of the electric light bulb, a symbol of human perseverance, born not from genius, but from the simple refusal to give up. Napoleon Hill later wrote, "Greater than the most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time." Edison had proved it. If he had stopped after failure number 999, the world might still be in darkness. So when life breaks you, when people call you a fool, when your dreams seem impossible, remember this story. You might be standing just one try away from your moment of light. Keep going. Keep believing. Never give up.